Hello everybody, today we're going to graph the quadratic function f of x equal negative 2x squared plus 5x minus 8. The graph of this function is a parabola. The first thing we'd like to know is whether the graph opens upward or downward. Well, this function opens downward because the coefficient of x squared is negative 2. It's a negative number, so it opens downward. So that means it has this shape like this, okay? And here is the vertex. We need to find the vertex of the parabola. So let's go ahead and find the vertex. Since the function is in standard form, we can use negative b over 2a to find the x-coordinate of the vertex, where a is the coefficient of x squared, which is negative 2. B is a coefficient of x, which is 5. So negative b over 2a, that's negative 5 over 2 times negative 2. Negative 5 divided by 2 times negative 2, that's negative 4. Negative divided by negative, that's positive. So that's 5 over 4. So the x-coordinate of the vertex is 5 over 4. Yes, it's a fraction, but this is the same as 1/4, or it's 1.25. Now we need to find the y-coordinate of the vertex. We can find the y-coordinates by plugging 5, 4 in x in the function. So we need to find f of 5 over 4. Replace x with 5 over 4 square plus 5 times 5 over 4 minus 8. Now, simplifying this, you can leave this in fraction. 5 over 4 squared is 25 over 16 plus, this is the same as 1, so 5 times 5 is 25 over 4 minus 8. Now, we can simplify the 2 and the 16. 16 divided by 2 gives us 8, and 2 divided by 2 is 1, but don't forget the negative, so it's negative 1. So we have negative 1 times 25, that's negative 25 over 8, plus 25 over 4 minus 8. Now, in order for us to subtract and add here, we need to have the same denominator. We do not have the same denominator. This is simply 1. So but the LCD here, we need to find the LCD. The LCD of 8, 4, 1 is 8. So we need to have all the denominators to be 8. This is already 8, so there's nothing to change here. This one we need to multiply by 2 to get 8. Whatever you multiply in the denominator, we have to multiply in the numerator. And here I have to multiply by 8 in the denominator and the numerator. So now we'll end up with negative 25 over 8 plus 25 times 2, that's 50 over 4 times 2, that's 8. Minus 8 times 8, that's 64 over 8. Now that we have the same denominators, we can add the numerators. We have negative 25 plus 50 minus 64, and that will give you negative 39 over 8. So this is the y-coordinate of the vertex, negative 39 over 8. Now again, it's a fraction. It's not an integer, but if you plug it in the calculator, that should give you negative 4.875. That would be the vertex. So if we go ahead and plot the vertex, 1.25, that's the x-coordinate. So we're looking, this is 1, this is 2, looking at here, this is 1.25. And the y-coordinate is negative 4.875. Here's 5 here, negative 5 here is negative 4, so you're looking at around here, and here's your vertex. Okay. Now we usually find the y-intercepts and the x-intercept. If you take a look at this particular problem, we're not going to have x-intercept because the vertex is in the 4th quadrant and the parabola opens downward. That means this is going to be the maximum value, which is negative 4.875. This is the maximum value, the maximum y value of the function. So you're not going to have x-intercept. It's going to be looking in this direction. You're not going to have x-intercept. However, if you want to, solve for the x-intercept, you can plug in 0 for f of x or y and try to solve for this. It's going to be a quadratic equation, but you're not going to be able to factor. And if you use quadratic formula, the discriminant is going to be negative, so there's not going to be any x-intercept. Okay, so no x-intercept in this problem because the vertex is in quadrant 4 and the parabola opens downward, so there's no way it's going to hit the x-axis. So now let's go ahead and find the y-intercept. To find the y-intercept, we need to set x equal to 0. So we need to basically find f of 0. So this is going to be 0, 0, negative 8. Okay? So f0 will be, it's going to be 0 plus 0 minus 8, which is the same as negative 8. And this would be your y-intercept, 0, negative 8. Okay? Now if you want to plug this in, the y-intercept, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, right here, this is your y-intercept. Okay? So it's going to be look like this. Since we have only 2 points, you may also want to plot other points. So let's do that. Let's choose x equal to 2. So let's go ahead plug in for x equal to 2. So we need to find f of 2. So remember our function is f of x negative 2x squared plus 5x minus 8. What is f of 2? We have negative 2 squared plus 5 times 2 minus 8. And that will give us negative 2 times 4 plus 5 times 2, that's 10 minus 8. And you're going to end up with negative 2 times 4 is negative 8 plus 10 minus 8. Negative 8 plus 10, that's 2 minus 8, that's going to be negative 6. So when x is 2, f of x is negative 6. Okay, so 2, negative 6 is a point. Here's 2. And negative 6 is right there. Now, you may want to choose other points. You may want to choose when x is 3, but I think this is enough. We can go ahead and graph the parabola. Try to graph it as good as I can. So here is your parabola, open downward, and here is a maximum value, which is negative 4.875. I hope you find this video helpful. Have a good day, everybody. Bye-bye.